today. We're going to actually start lying on our stomachs today. So you're just going to lie flat. Make sure that you feel nice and comfortable on your mat. Give yourself as much padding as you need. And I just want you to overlap one hand on top of the other. It doesn't matter which one. And then rest your forehead down onto your hands. Just rock your hips slightly from side to side. Separate your legs just a little bit. And then make any final adjustments that you need to your position so that we can actually stay here for about 2 minutes and just allow ourselves to breathe. So if you're not comfortable resting on your forehead, you can turn your head to one side and don't actively pull the shoulders down. Just let your shoulders relax wherever they need to go. And you can close your eyes. I'm just turning my head so that I can chat more easily. And just start to notice the change in resistance or pressure of your body on the ground as you breathe. Notice your ribs pressing into the floor. Maybe noticing if your belly is moving. And just seeing if you can completely relax through your pelvis and through your legs. And then staying here, bring your awareness to the back of your body. And just notice when you breathe in, how your ribs expand, and maybe there's a little bit of a movement around your shoulders and your scapula when you do that. And notice if there's any movement around your spine, around your lower spine or your pelvis as you breathe. And stay here for just a few more moments, just allowing your mind to clear. And almost visualize that you are allowing your thoughts to pour into the earth. Taking one more deep, full breath in and out. And then gently soften and release. And you're just going to slide your hands out, placing your hands and your elbows to the floor, and just letting your head rest on the floor or on a pillow. Tucking your right toes under, just the right foot, so that your toes hook to the ground. Anchor your pelvis, and then as you breathe out, just start to lift your right knee and your right thigh. So you're pushing backwards through the heel of the foot and releasing that knee and that thigh down again. And again, as you press your heel back and away, double check that you're not arching in the pelvis. You want to keep a little bit of a tuck of the pubic bone to the ground and release. And let's just do that one more time. Little bit of a press out and away from the heel of your foot. And a little release down. Just let your right toes relax back. Tucking the left toes under. And again, straightening the legs so your knee and thigh lift up. Keep your toes to the ground and release. And we're going to do 2 more. Double check that you're keeping your pelvis tucked to the floor and release. And one more time, pressing backwards through the heel of the foot and a little release. Just relax that foot all the way out. Take your right arm, stretch it out to the side, turn your head to look away from your hand, and then using your left hand, bending the left knee, start rolling back gently to come into a little bit of a shoulder release on that right side. So if you can, you let your left toes rest on the ground. If it feels like it's too much of a stretch right now, then you could put a little pillow underneath your foot and just let yourself stay here for a moment. Feeling that twist of the spine, noticing where you're feeling the stretch this morning. Nice easy breath in and out. And then roll your hips all the way back to the center. Stretch that leg out. And then just switch hands. So now your left hand goes to the side. Look away from your hand. Bend the right knee. And then just give a little bit of a push so that you can roll yourself back. Let yourself settle into position. Support yourself under your foot and your head if you need. And then just take a moment to breathe here. Finding a shoulder stretch on that left side. Feel free to move your arm if you need as well. Taking just a few more seconds. And then release yourself all the way back to the center and stretching that leg all the way out. Now take your hands under your shoulder joints so your elbows are poking up. You're going to have your legs a little bit apart. And you're going to actually round your spine. So you're almost pushing into your hands and tucking your chin in, but you're not resting your head. You're just rounding your upper back. And then lengthen your spine and come up into a baby cobra. It's so small. Release. Breathe in as you round your back. And breathe out as you lengthen and lift. Breathe in, round your back. Use your hands. Breathe out, lengthen. And just keep it small if you feel like your back needs to warm up a little bit. And lengthen. And we're going to take just one more time. Round. And lengthen. And release all the way down. Put your left hand to the floor, rest your head. Bend your right knee. Now you're either going to grab onto your pants, or you're going to hold onto your ankle, or you're going to hold onto your foot, wherever you can manage. That's it. And just allow your lower back to arch for a moment. Don't force yourself into a stretch yet. Get your kneecap in a happy place. And then as you breathe out, squeeze your bum cheeks just to flatten your pelvis a little bit to the floor, and then let go and release. Breathe out as you do just a little bit of a squeeze with your bum, and a little release. And remember, if you need to put something around your foot, like a towel to hold on, you can do that too. And a little release. Let's do one more time. Breathing out. Do a little bit of a squeeze with the bum. And release. Stretch that leg all the way out. Put your right hand under your head. Reach back. Grab onto whatever you can. Use a towel if you need. Let your lower back arch. So you don't have to tuck the pelvis yet. And then breathe out as you do a little squeeze with the bum. And a release. And again, a little squeeze. And release. Just taking a few more. And you'll start to notice that the front of the hip and the quadricep muscle starts to release a little bit. And a little squeeze. and release. Stretching your legs all the way out. Put your hands beside you again. Tuck both toes under so your toes are hooked to the ground. Anchor your pelvis so your bum cheeks are firm. And now straighten both legs. So keep your toes hooked to the floor, but you lift your knees off the ground to push the heels away, and then let your knees come down again. That's perfect, Jules. And again, pressing the heels away from you, feeling the engaging at the gluteals, and release. And just one more time, pressing the heels away. Now stay here. Bring your elbows so that they're popping up to the sky. Round your spine a little bit. And then exhale as you lengthen and lift your chest. And again, a little bit of a rounding of the back. Push with your hands if you need to. And then lengthen. It's that lifting of the heart. One more time. Round the back. And lifting of the heart. Now stay here. See if you can now release your toes so your legs are hovering. See now if you can lift your hands so you're just feeling the back line of your body. Take one more breath in and out. And then exhale, release everything down. Pushing into your hands. Come all the way up onto all fours. Bringing your knees wide. Big toes together. Give yourself padding where you need. And then just walk down into a resting position. So now you're just getting that release all the way along your back for those muscles that have just been warming up. And then you can stay here, or today, you can walk your right hand over to your left hand. And then maybe just do like a little bit of a wiggling action of the spine. So you're rocking your shoulders. And you'll probably feel like a little bit of a release along that right side body. And then just center yourself and stay there for a moment. So both your hands are a little bit towards the left side of your mat. Taking just 2 breaths in and out. And then walk your hands back to the center. Pause here just for a moment. And then you can walk your left hand over to your right hand if you want. And again, you can do like a little rolling action of the ribs and of the spine. Getting that extra release along the left side body now. And then center yourself, keeping both hands over to the right side of your mat. And breathe. Walking both hands all the way back to the center. Just lengthen your spine. Pause here for a moment. Walk your hands forward. Spread the fingers out. And then pulling yourself all the way up onto all fours. Just line yourself up. Tucking your toes under. On your breath, you're going to hover both your knees just up off the ground. Staying here, you can either stay in this position or you can start pushing away from your hands a little bit so that your hips move back. And then maybe pushing away from your hips and out that your shoulders come forward over your hands. And again, pressing back over the feet. And then pushing away from your feet and moving over your hands. Just taking 2 more. One more. Feel that little stretch in the feet. And come all the way back to the center. Pause for a moment and then release the knees down and release the feet all the way out. Round your spine up into your cat stretch. Stay rounded. And now just let your hips move back towards your heels. Stay here and let's do some gentle pulses, pressing back. Paying attention to how your body feels. 2 more. 1 more. And come all the way forward. Lengthen your spine and pause for a moment. Tuck your toes under. Once again, lift your knees up. And this time, move back into a downward facing dog. So remember, we're going to keep the knees bent to start. And then begin pedaling the heels down one at a time. Reaching through the heels of the feet. Sending the tailbone up and away. Pressing out of the arms. And then pressing both heels towards the floor. Staying here just for a moment so that you can breathe. And then on your next breath, lower the knees down, hover them, just show us that you have control over the movement. And then releasing all the way down. Relax your feet out. Round your spine into a cat position one more time. Move your hips back a little bit so that you can press up onto the tips of your fingers. And then start lifting through the abdominals so that you can start rolling all the way up into a sitting position. Lifting all the way up and bringing your eye line forward. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back and around a few times. Opening up across the chest. And then letting yourself settle here. We're going to inhale to bring the arms forward, just in line with the chest. And exhale to bring them down. And again, inhale, lifting the arms forward. Exhale, float them down. Now bring the arms forward and round your back. Breathe in. And then exhale and release up. Inhale, round the back. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, release and hold. Bringing both hands all the way up to the sky this time. And now turn the palms of your hands forward and bend the elbows to bring them down just in line with the shoulders. And then reach them up. And again, bend the elbows. Glide the scapula down. And release. Now, same arm movement. Lift your chest. And a little release. So these old cactus arms. Feel the connection into the bum cheeks and into the lower belly. Make sure that your lower back feels okay. And one more time. Exhale. And release up. Round your spine and create a wave, a waterfall action with the body. Use the abdominals, coming all the way down, just until the fingertips touch, and then lengthen through the spine. You're going to bring your right leg forward. I'm going to turn sideways so that I can face you. You're going to bring your right foot in front, left foot to the side, and let's just create a little bit of mobility around the hips. So remember, you can give yourself a little bit of hands-on cueing with your hands right at the top of the femur, rolling in and out, rolling forwards and backwards, whatever feels good for you. And then center yourself here, and let's do a little bit of our side-to-side seaweed action. Just warming up through the spine. Feeling that release around all the muscles through the ribs. Almost feeling that you are releasing the lungs. Allowing them to fill and expand just a little bit more. Come all the way up. Now, unfold your left leg. Bring it to the side. Unfold your right leg. Bring it to the side, and it doesn't have to be a wide split. Bend your knees if you need to. You can put your hands behind your back to start so that you're sitting up nice and tall, and if this is your stretch, you stay here. Otherwise, you can put your hands to the front, long spine, And you can start walking forward if your flexibility allows. You always want to support yourself with your hands. Don't let yourself hang there. And if you're one of those really flexible people, you might even be able to bring your head towards the floor. I'm not there. I'm lucky that I can get my elbows down. Creating space. To the inner thighs. Take a nice easy breath in and out. And then press up and start walking your hands all the way back. Help yourself to bend your knees. And now you're going to put your left foot in front, right leg to the side. And again, just create some mobility around the hips. That's it. Rolling forwards and backwards just a few times. And then say to yourself, like you're add a little bit of side to side movement. You don't have to move the same pace that I am. Find your own rhythm. Connect your rhythm into your breath. Let's just take one more. Come all the way up. Unfold your right leg. Unfold your left leg. And once again, coming into a straddle sit. Hands behind back. Hands to the front. Or walk forward. And I just want you to notice now if it feels a little bit different, maybe a little bit easier from the first one that we did. Feeling that release into the inner thighs and also maybe along the back of the leg and the hamstrings. Make sure that you can breathe. And then we take one more inhale and exhale. And slowly up we come. Place your hands underneath your knees so you can help yourself. And then I'm just going to turn sideways. And I want you to come up into a balanced position. You're rolling like a ball position. Keeping your chin tucked in. And then you can challenge yourself by closing your eyes. And just turning your gaze inwards to notice how your breathing shifts your body weight forwards and backwards. Last time, breathing in and out. And then place your feet all the way down. Come a little bit towards the front of your mat if you're not there already. Arms extended out. On one smooth movement, let's take ourselves back. One gentle movement down. Use your arms to help yourself if you need to. And settle your spine. Bring your feet a little bit closer in towards you. Have a little bit of a gap between the knees and the feet. And now we're going to hinge the pelvis up today. No rolling. On your breath, you're going to press your pelvis up into a bridge position. You can have your palms down or palms up. See what feels good for your neck. And then you're going to hinge the hips down again. So you're maintaining core stability. And again, hinging hips up, anchoring into the feet as you press up. And then hinge the hips down. One more time. Hinging hips up, and this time we stay here. I want you to place your hands either lightly onto your bum cheeks or you can keep them on the floor. Start to put some body weight on the right foot, wake up the right gluteals, and pick up the left knee to hold it just a tabletop. Now, if this is too much, if you're cramping, then please put your foot back on the floor. Otherwise, let's hinge the hips halfway down and press up. Hinge down and press up. Take your mental focus to the base of your pelvis. So you're really working from the gluteus maximus. It's very tempting to push from the lower back, but then your lower back is going to take over the workload. One more time. Press up. Hold it, gracefully place that left foot to the floor and double check that you have your pelvis level. Now, put a little bit of weight onto the left foot, mentally connect to that left gluteal, and then see if you can pick up the right leg. And remember, you can do some hands-on with yourself if you need. Let your hips come halfway down and press up. Halfway and press. Good. Halfway down, lift. Let's just take a few more. Waking up gluteals. One more. Press up and hold. Placing your foot down. Stay there. Have you got balance? Hover your arms in check. Bringing both hands up towards the sky. Keep your hands lifted. And now roll through your spine. This is a chance to release out your lower back. Imprint and release. Keeping your hands lifted, bring one knee up to tabletop. Secure your lower back by activating core. Bring the other knee up to join, and you hold your legs in the air. You're going to lightly tap one toe to the floor, pick it up, and then try the other leg. Now, keep going, and if you're feeling pretty confident with this, you can start jogging your legs in the air. If that feels like it's pulling on your lower back too much, then rather just go to one leg up and down at a time. Use your breath to flatten the abdominal wall. Your deepest abdominal muscle, the transverse abdominis, you want to be able to activate it to help you here. Last two, last one, and hug both knees to your chest, relaxing all the way in. Take your hands, hook them just behind your knees, flexing your feet. Breathing out as you send both heels up towards the sky. Give yourself a hamstring stretch and bend the knees. Now, as you stretch your legs, curl your head and shoulders forward. So it's almost like you're going to try and touch your forehead towards your knees and releasing down. And release. Two more. Secure your lower back. And release. One more time. Hold it. Don't move. Taking both hands, reach them forward. Secure your back. Circle your arms all the way around. Hands behind your head. Stay lifted. Secure your back. Lower your left leg just above the ground and hold it there. You're pushing up through the right heel, forwards through the left heel. You are breathing as we hold an isometric contraction. Stay with your breath, secure your back and focus your mind. Make any adjustments that you need. Lift the left leg up and pause. Lift head and shoulders, lower the right leg. Hover that leg just off the ground. Push the right heel forward. Push the left heel up. Secure yourself and breathe. Holding it for just a few more moments, isometric work. Bringing the right leg up, point your toes, bend your knees, hug them in, and lower head and shoulders all the way down. Well done. Turn your head to one side, stretch and release. Turn your head to the other side, stretch and release. And bringing yourself all the way back to the center. Placing your feet down to the ground. Taking your feet wide to the width of your mat. Open your arms with the palms facing up. Start taking your knees from side to side. Start off small so that you can feel the rotation coming through the lumbar spine and then maybe moving up a little bit higher towards the thoracic spine. And then rolling both knees over to the right. And then turn your head to look towards the left. And if you have the flexibility in your shoulders, just bend your elbows so that you are almost doing like an open shutter arm. Do a little squeeze with the left bum, getting a stretch through the left hip. Straighten your arms out, bring your head up, roll your legs through the center and over to the left this time. Let them settle. Turn your head to look over the right shoulder, and then bend the elbows. See if you can keep the backs of your hands on the floor, and then do a little squeeze with the right bum cheek, so that you're opening out that hip. Straighten your arms. Bring your head to the center, bringing your legs all the way up. Stretch one leg out. Stretch the other leg out and squeeze the legs together. If it's more comfortable with your legs apart, that's fine. I'm going to point my toes, but you can also flex if you want. Bring your hands straight up to the ceiling above your chest. We're going to roll up from here. You're not allowed to use your arms to create momentum. Lift your head, look forward. Give yourself padding under your back if you need. Breathe out, help yourself if you need. And then just coming into a long C curve, nose above your lap. Take a breath in, and then exhale, down you go. It helps you to do a little squeeze with the bum cheeks. Keep sending your legs away. Nice, nice, nice. Well done. Now your hands don't go back, they just go up to the sky. Can you open your arms a little wider to the width of your mat? Now you've got to keep them there. Lift your head. Breathe out as you roll forward. You are keeping your arms to the width of the mat, and then hold it there. Beautiful long curve of the spine. Take a breath. And then exhale, down you go. Send your feet away. Feel each vertebra connect to the floor, and back you go. Now, can you take your arms a little bit wider? Hold it there. No flapping. Lift your head, and we breathe. Yes. Long curve. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Down we go. Sending the legs away. Nice. And now, bowing 747. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, try not to flap. Yes. And this time go all the way forward. Grab your ankles, your knees, your shins. Give yourself a little bit of a stretch over. Take a breath in. And then exhale, unravel your spine, coming all the way up into sitting. So you can cross your right ankle over the left knee. Move your hands behind you so that you can support yourself nicely here. And then you're going to bend that left knee to place your foot down and bring yourself into a position that you feel a stretch on your right bum. So maybe you need to sit up higher. Maybe you need to bring your hands closer to your hips. Maybe you need to bring your foot further away or closer. So just play with it. And then what's also quite nice here is you can do like a little bit of a rocking the baby movement. That's it. Few more seconds here. And release and stretch the leg out. Uncross that right leg. Now you're going to cross the left ankle over the knee. Lean back and bend the right leg up and then lengthen your spine as much as you can. So again, each side of your body might be quite different. So you may need to adjust your position. Just rather feel it than think I need to make the same picture. And then if you want to do a little rock the baby, you can. Few more seconds here. And then release. Stretch that leg out and uncross. Now you're going to bend both your knees. Make sure that you're fully on your mat. You're going to have the legs separated Start off with your hands behind you and the fingers pointing outwards. Pushing out of your arms so that you can feel that you have some length through the crown of your head and that you have a connection into these back muscles. So just test out your body weight here and see if you can lift your bum just off the ground. So all we're doing is making sure that the back of your legs aren't cramping, because maybe then you need to move your feet a bit closer. And you want to make sure that you're okay with how you are on your wrists. And then allow yourself to come all the way down. Okay, so if you felt okay with your wrists there, you can stay there. If you feel that you're quite flexible, you could even turn your fingers to face forwards. But that can be quite a strong stretch for a lot of people. So just feel it out. And then again, on your breath, start pressing the hips up. Just feel your body weight on the arms. And now, if you're feeling pretty good here, why don't you see if you can squeeze your bum and come up a little bit higher. So it's almost like you're trying to make a tabletop position with the front of your body. You're trying to open up the front of your body. It's a lot of stretch in the arms and shoulders. It's a lot of work in the back of the legs. You don't have to come up this high. Where's your position? Take a breath in. And then slowly down you go, pushing out of the arms. And relax. And then give those wrists a little bit of a shake. Nicely done. All right, come more forwards on your mat again so that we can practice our rolling like a ball. You're going to sit just behind your bum bones so that you can lift your feet off the ground and balance. You have a choice here, hands on front of your shins or hands behind your thighs. Just see what works for you. Keep your chin tucked in. We're going to breathe in to roll to the shoulders. Don't let your head hit the ground. Breathe out as you come up and you're going to balance. Inhale and exhale. Good. Keep it going. If you feel that your back doesn't really want to round, especially in the lower back, you're welcome to bring your hands behind your thighs, and by moving your thighs away, you give yourself more space. And then maybe some people even need to just use their legs a little bit for this first section. We're just going to do 2 more. 1 more. Come up and balance. Balance. Now, see if you can lift your shins so that they're horizontal to the floor. Move your hands behind your knees and then start to lengthen your spine. This is where your arms can help you. You might already be feeling this work, yeah? Hold on with your left hand and just reach the right hand forward and then open that arm to the back. Maybe you can tap the fingertips to the ground and bring the arm forward again. Put your right hand behind your knee, hold on. Left hand reaches, open the arm. Maybe you can tap your your fingers to the ground and reaching forward, hold on. Right hand, and we go. Reach it back and bring it forward. Last time, reach, open up, and reach. Now, lengthen your spine, sit up nice and tall. Just for a second, can you let both hands go? And we stay here in balance for 3. Can you feel the hip flexors? Can you feel your abs? Can you feel your brain? Take a breath in, and then place your feet down and just allow yourself to relax all the way over. Really, really nicely done, guys. Take a breath in, and then exhale. Just once again, roll up into a sitting position. Move back a little bit so that your toes are at the front of your mat. You're going to have your knees together here. And all you're going to do is put your left hand to the outside of the right knee. You're going to bring your right hand back to the floor. So you're actually leaning on that hand. You're going to roll over onto your right hip. And then you're going to come back again. And again, rolling onto the right hip. So you've got to really use that right hand that's on the floor to help you and come back again. And one more time, rolling onto the right hip, and then placing your hand down and placing your right hand just under your shoulders. It doesn't matter if you're half off the mat or not. You're going to split your feet, so you're going to have your left foot in front, so switch them around your jaws. Exactly. Reaching through the fingertips, take a breath in. Just your hips come off the ground. Your knees are on the floor. You're finding balance on the underneath arm, and then lower down. Let's repeat that. Take a breath in, make any adjustments you need, and just your hips come up. Hold it there. Can you feel the underneath waist? And releasing it down. Now, if you can, lift your knees and your hips. And we go. Only if you can. Otherwise, keep your knees on the floor. And everything comes up. One more time. And we go. Breathe out. Hold it. Take a breath in. And exhale. Lower all the way down. Placing your hand to your hip. Stretch your top leg, your left leg, all the way out long. You're pushing out of your underneath arm. If your neck is sore, do this. Look down. Okay, it releases your neck muscles. Flex the top foot, so you're pushing out through the heel. And then point your toe and reach through the toes. Flex, press out through the heel. And then point and reach. One more time. Flex, push out through the heel. And then point and reach. Tighten the bottom. Now we're going to draw little circles with that. 8, 7, 6, 5. Control the waist. 4. Push out of the arm. 3, 2. Turn your head if you need. 1. Suspend. Change directions for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees now so that they are overlapping knees and feet. Pressing up onto the hand. Placing the fingers so that they're pointing away from you. Hold onto the underneath knee and roll yourself back onto your waist. Center yourself on your mat. Tuck yourself into a little ball shape. Lifting the feet up. We inhale to roll. Finding that smooth curve. That's it. 2 more. Make sure you don't hit your head on the floor, yeah? And up you come, balance. And then placing your feet to the ground. You might need to move back a little bit. So now I'm going to turn around to face the other way, okay? Just so you guys can see me. You're going to reach your left hand out to the side, fingers pointing away, and you're leaning back. Put your right hand on your opposite knee, rolling your knees across to the side, controlling the movement, pushing out of the left arm, and then draw the abdominals in to roll your legs back to the center. And again, rolling the knees across, and back to the center. One more time. Rolling the knees across, hold it, placing hand, placing elbow, and it doesn't matter if you're half off the mat or not. Reach the right fingertips. On your breath out, just your hips are going to come up. Nothing else. Keep your knees on the floor and lower everything down. Do you need to move anything? And again, lifting just the hips up and releasing it down. Good. So remember that you can split your feet, so you've got your right foot in front. And now, hips and knees, up they come. Hold it. And everything down. One more time. Hips and knees. Find the underneath side of your body, the lateral line. And coming all the way down. Place your hand to your hip. Stretch the top leg out nice and long. Remember your connections. Remember you can turn your head if you need. We're going to flex the foot, push out through the heel, and then point your toes like a ballerina. And we're going to flex and point. One more time, flex and point. Now hold it and let's draw little circles. 8, 7. Remember, underneath waist has to work here. Keep the control so the movement is just coming from the hip joints, not the rest of your torso. Last one. And when you're ready, change directions. And we circle 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, overlap the knee and the foot. Put your right hand on the floor so that you can push up. Reaching the left fingertips away from you. So you're coming upright again onto your hand. And now hold onto your underneath knee. Use the abdominals as you pull yourself all the way back. And then center yourself right here. Is everyone okay? Because now we're going to do a little challenge. Separate your knees and feet a bit. Bring your hands so that your fingers are pointing forwards as much as you can. Make sure that your hands are wider than your hips. On your breath, push into the hands and feet and just clear your hips off the ground, or perhaps come up into your reverse tabletop, or in Pilates, what we call our back support. Now, start lowering your hips, but don't let your hips touch. Lift your toes up so you're pushing on the heels. Round your spine and see if you can push backwards through your arms. And then bend your knees and pull with the heels, and then press your hips up again. Guys, this is the tendon stretch. We curl back. We do this exercise or something similar on the reformer. And bend your knees and pull. Shall we try one more time? Press back. Really scoop into the abdominals and push out of the hands. Lift up and releasing all the way down. Nicely done. Give your wrists and hands a little bit of a shake. Are you good? It's quite hectic on the wrist. Let me turn this way again so I feel like I'm facing towards the sun a little bit. All right, so from here, arms out. Take a breath. Exhale, start rolling yourself all the way down. Placing your spine, reaching hands just up towards the sky. Settle yourself. Bring one knee up to tabletop. Secure your lower back and bring the other knee up to join. You're going to place your hands just on top of each knee. Nod your chin. Exhale as you bring your head and shoulders forward and stay here. Bring both hands to your right knee and pull your right knee tight to your chest. Start extending the left leg out. You're actually going to put that heel on the floor, and you're going to push into that left foot so hard that you almost feel like your pelvis is going to lift as you draw that right knee as tight as you can to your body. And then we're going to bring both legs back. Move your hands to your left leg, pushing the right foot onto the floor. You push so hard down into the floor with this right leg that you almost feel like your pelvis is going to lift. Draw the left knee as tight as you can manage, and then bring yourself all the way back to center. Hug your knees. Relax down just for a second, and once again, turn your head from side to side. And now that you have seen the movement, we're going to do 8 of that variation of the single leg stretch. Bring yourself back to center. Hands are light on the knees. Nod your chin. Exhale, curl head and shoulders forward. You want to maintain your height. Draw the right leg in as you stretch away. 4 more. them in and relaxing all the way down. Good. One hand on top of each knee as you circle, stirring the clouds. Just finding that gentle release into the hips. And then circle around the other way. And coming back to the center. Placing your feet down, stretch your legs out long, hands just up to the sky. One, roll up into sitting. Lifting your head and breathe. Grabbing onto your ankles, stretching yourself all the way forward. Take a breath. And then exhale, unravel your spine and lifting up nice and tall. Move back on your mats, separating your feet. So again, you can bend the knees if you need to, lift your toes up to the sky, lengthen up through your spine, and your arms are out in front of you. So I think you guys remember the spine stretch that we were working on. Take a breath in. As you exhale, nod your chin, and just start rounding forward through your spine. So this is a lovely articulation of the spine. Take a breath in. And then exhale, just unravel your spine, come all the way back up. Stay here for a moment. Bend the right elbow and do a little bit of a twist. So you're looking over the right shoulder. Come back to the center. Now bend the left elbow. It's like you're pulling a bow and arrow. Keep your hips and your legs still and reach forward. We spine stretch forward again. Nod your chin. Curling forward through the spine. Now this time, hold it here. Keep your hands on your toes and then start lengthening your spine only. So your arms are going to stay still, but you lift your eye line, you lift your chest, you drop the shoulders away from the ears, and then round over again and roll back up into a seated position, lifting up and tall, bending the right elbow, bow and arrow, and center, left elbow, and center, and again. Exhale, nod the chin, getting that articulation of the spine as you roll forward. Stay here. Lengthen your spine, and this time see if you can bring your arms with you so that you are trying to frame your head with your arms. Maybe you need to take your arms a little bit wider, and then round over and roll back up into seated. Lifting up nice and tall, bend the right elbow, bow and arrow. And reach, left elbow. And reach, last time, here we go. Nod the chin, peeling forward through the spine, feeling that articulation of the spine. And then lengthen the spine, reach up, hold it here just for a moment and see if you can squeeze your thumbs back. And again, squeeze them back. And again, two more. One more. Round over. Roll all the way back up into sitting, lifting up tall, bow and arrow to the right. And center, bow and arrow left. And center, and relax. Nicely done. Spin yourselves onto all fours. And let's just do a little bit of a cat stretch to release out the spine. So round your spine up. And then if it feels good for you, you can take your hips back a little bit. Maybe you just want to stay here. Maybe you want to add a little bit of a pulse. Just see what your back needs at the moment, because that seated upright work can really get the back muscles to kick in. And we're going to come all the way up and then lengthen through the spine. All right, so before we do the full push-up, we're going to practice on our knees. So make sure that you've got your wrists in a happy place, that you have your lower abs supporting you. Your feet are not allowed to lift up. We're going to start bending the elbows. I don't care how low you come. Even if you do like a micro bend of the elbows, it doesn't matter. Keep the elbows in, keep your head reaching forward and keep the feet down, and then press up again. Make any adjustments you need. And again, bending the elbows. And press up. One more time, bending the elbows. And press up. And take a moment to turn your hands back so that you're giving yourself just a little bit of a stretch. And while we're in this stretched position, I'm just going to explain what we're going to do. We're going to be going into a plank position. And then you can either hold the plank or you can do a push-up. It can even be a tiny, tiny push-up. And then we're going to lift the hips up and go into a downward facing dog. And then we come forward again and we do a push-up, or you hold it. And then we go into a downward facing dog. We're going to see if we can do 5 of those. So half of it is in our minds. Yeah? And release, just bringing your hands all the way back. Okay, so let's set up. I'm going to come a little forward on my mat because I want my feet to stay on my mat. So extend one leg back, tuck the toes under. Squeeze that back thigh muscle, squeeze the bum cheek, and then reach the left leg back to join it. Now you can stay here, or you can do a little baby push-up. Press up. Now lift your hips, downward dog. Don't let your hands and feet move, because now come forward again. You want to be back in position. You can hold it, or you can do a push-up. Press. Hips up, reach the heels for the ground. Hinge forward. Come, we're halfway there. This is number 3. Press up. Hips up and back, push away from your hands. Come forward, tighten your bum. This is number 4. Woo, hang in there. Hinge forward. This is your last one, make it the best one. And hips up. Bring your feet a little bit forward. So you're not having to work so hard to stay here, and let's pedal the heels. Well done. How did that go, Jules?
Good.
Woo. So nice when you feel the strength building up. And then push your heels towards the ground. Give yourself a final stretch. And then start to walk your feet forward, just halfway. Get your big toes in line with each other. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Go into your fingertips if you need. And then just hang there, making sure that your feet are flat on the ground. And if you want to add some weight to it, you hold one hand to the opposite elbow, hand to the opposite elbow. You can hang like a rag doll. Maybe do a little sway from side to side. And then bring yourself back to the center. Let go with your hands. Take a breath in. And then slowly come up. I need to bend my knees a little bit when I come up. Feel the abdominals supporting you from the front. Become aware of the upward lift through the front of your body and the downward release along the back of your body. Roll the shoulders. You can stay as you are. I'm just going to turn front ways. And then just pause. Double check how you're standing. Do you need to adjust your feet at all? And then take a moment to stand. Closing eyes. And just allowing all the movements that we did over the last hour to integrate themselves. Let them resonate through your body, through your joints, muscles, fascia, and your skin. Taking a moment to notice your breathing. And today we started lying on our stomachs, which gives us a very different sensation of how our breathing moves through our body. So just start to notice the front of your body and your belly, just like we did when we were lying on our stomachs. And then take a moment to notice the back of your body.